Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Abidemi, and welcome to our economic development class. And today we'll be taking a look at fiscal policy, monetary policy, and economic development. Fiscal policy, monetary policy, and economic development. I must quickly say that the goals, the broad or the major goal of both fiscal policy and monetary policy will be to achieve macroeconomic objectives. All right. Objectives such as to ensure that the economy keeps growing, what you refer to as economic growth, to ensure that there is full employment of resources or unemployment is at the lowest. Three, to ensure price stability, or we usually say lower inflation. All right. So, what is fiscal policy? Fiscal policy involves the use of government spending and taxation to regulate economic activity. Fiscal policy can be expansionary or contractionary. Expansionary fiscal policy entails increasing government spending, reducing taxes, or a combination of both to boost aggregate demand. Contractionary fiscal policy, on the other hand, is designed to slow growth to a healthy economic level. This involves reducing government spending, increasing taxes, or a combination of both to reduce aggregate demand or aggregate spending within the economy. On the other hand, what is monetary policy? Monetary policy involves the central bank controlling money supply through interest rate and other monetary policy instruments. Monetary policy can be expansionary or contractionary. Expansionary monetary policy entails reducing interest rate. Okay, reducing interest rate discourages savings and encourages borrowing within the economy, which boosts aggregate demand. On the other hand, contractionary monetary policy entails increasing interest rate, which encourages savings and discourages borrowing, and which eventually reduces aggregate demand. The other monetary instruments used by the central bank to control the money supply includes open market operation, reserve requirement, discount rate, credit ceiling, selective credit control, and moral suasion. A moral suasion. So let us take a look at the relationship between fiscal policy and economic development. Fiscal policy and economic development. All right. So what is the goal of fiscal policy when you take a look at it from the angle of economic development? One, infrastructure development. Public investments in road, education, and healthcare enhance productivity and improve living standards. And these are quite very important. Okay, it's important for a country to have good roads, good educational system, or quality educational system that can compete with the rest of the world, quality healthcare that can also compete with the rest of the world, that can even enable people to come into your country to have to have quality healthcare services. Okay, these uh, elements or these variables or these factors contribute largely to living standards. Okay. Secondly, redistribution of wealth. Progressive taxation and social programs reduce inequality, fostering inclusive growth. Okay, we already know that part of the fiscal policy tool is using government spending and taxation. All right, so social programs can be government spending, while progressive taxation helps to reduce the inequality gap, which fosters inclusive growth, meaning everybody is carried along. Three, stabilization of economic cycles. The counter-cyclical fiscal measures, e.g., stimulus packages, mitigate recessions or overeating economies. All right, so you could take a look at when we had COVID-19. What are some of those policies the government had to implement to reduce the catastrophe or to reduce or to mitigate the challenges encountered during that period of time? Okay, part of it is you had stimulus packages. For example, maybe firms were uh, given some funds to be able to kickstart their business again. Maybe you had things like unemployment benefits. Maybe you had people be given meals or food or vouchers, okay, or electricity vouchers or bus vouchers. These are stimulus packages that can actually that can contribute to economic expansion, or that can pull the economy back to the position it should be. Then the fourth one is environmental sustainability. Okay, green fiscal reforms such as subsidies for renewable energy or carbon taxes drive sustainable growth. What are the challenges? Fiscal deficits and debt accumulation can hinder long-term economic stability. Okay, because for example, if government spending is going to increase, then they have to get that money from somewhere. Yeah, they have to get that money from somewhere. And to get that money from somewhere, it can come to through borrowing. Okay. And so if government keeps borrowing, okay, that could have long-term effect. Of course, we have good debts and bad debts. Okay. Good debts are debt that are spent on other assets or on other projects that could yield returns in the nearest future. But bad debts are debts that you borrow money for immediate consumption. Okay. If countries always borrow funds, money for immediate consumption, to buy cars, to buy things that are perishable in the very short run, then such investment cannot repay itself. Okay, that can have a long-term effect on the economy. So what about monetary policy and economic development? Okay, what is the relationship between these two variables? Contributing to price stability. Okay, so low inflation encourages savings and investment. Okay, dealing with the problem of inflation, dealing with currency challenges. Okay, dealing with money supply is the role of the central bank in a given country. Two, interest rate management. Affordable borrowing costs stimulate business expansion and consumer spending. All right, so that is the role of the central bank. Financial inclusion. Central banks promote access to credit for marginalized population, supporting entrepreneurship. And three, currency stability. Stable exchange rates attract foreign investment and promote trade. What are some of the challenges? Over reliance on monetary interventions can lead to inflationary pressures or stunted growth during policy lags. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm going to see you in my next class. All right, feel free to comment if you have questions, and I'll be willing to answer them. Or feel free to share this. Feel free to tag your students or let them listen to it. Maybe they'll be able to learn one or two things from there. All right. Have a great day. Bye.